Hello, we are going to put this video on YouTube for any Capistrano Valley assistant coaches as a handy-dandy reference guide for when you guys do your practices and run through some of our drills. By and large, you have a lot of leeway in your home practice to teach as you see fit, to teach the kids the techniques that you want. But there are a couple of drills and a couple of techniques that I want everybody to be on the same page about, simply because when a kid gets to the varsity room, we run through these drills really quick and I expect all the kids to know them. So it'd be good for you as the freshman coach or JV coach to run through a couple of these drills a day, so by the time these kids get to me in the varsity room, we don't have to spend a whole lot of time running through them and teaching them. Also, for a couple of moves, I'm all about coaches teaching their style and teaching moves like how they learned them. However, there are a couple of moves that I'm going to be really particular on, again for the same reason, the drills. When a kid gets to the varsity room, let's say that he's learned this certain move one way, but I teach it a totally different way, it's going to mess the kid up. So an example is doing a high crotch with an outside step versus an inside step. When we're in the varsity room, I teach a high crotch or head outside single with an inside step. If you teach it with an outside step, if the kid doesn't know how to do an inside step when he gets to the varsity room, he's going to be really confused. So by all means, you can teach the outside step, but you also need to keep in mind and teach the inside step so that we've got continuity of teaching, and it's just what's best for the kids. Okay, the first warm-up element is a forward roll kip. In our warm-up, it is a body weight warm-up. So we do a lot of body weight exercises. Basically, the procedure is the same almost every day. We get in lines, like 5 or 6 lines across the room, and then I'll give them a body weight exercise to do, and they do it all the way across the room and back. We've got a long list of about 10 to 15 elements. Some are pretty self-explanatory, like a forward roll, or a backwards roll, or a cartwheel, but some you might not know. Basically, of the list that I give you, I want you to choose 5 each day, and then do them across the room, and then do them back, and then you can do whatever else you want for them. It'll take about 10 minutes, do those body weight exercises, and then stretch, and pretty simple, okay? Like I said, some you already know, but some of them you don't. The first one is what's called a forward roll kip. What this is it combines a kip with a forward roll. So let me show you a kip first, and then I'll show you the whole thing. So a kip, you might already know, you're just going to go onto your back, and you're going to kick your legs up, and you're going to land on your feet. You push with your hands, kick your legs straight up into the air, and then you cycle them. Once you pop your hips, you cycle your legs back, and your feet meet right about here where your butt is, and you land on your feet. So here's what it looks like. Okay, one more time. And so basically a forward roll is you're doing a forward roll with a kip. I'm going to roll, and once my shoulders touch, I'm going to push in my shoulders, kick my legs, and hopefully I land on my feet. Cross your fingers and pray. Okay, one more time. Forward roll kip. Okay, next, let me use my 2 lovely assistants to demonstrate a bungee cord shot. Okay, next we got bungee cord shots. So basically, all you're doing is you're taking a stretch band, a green or a purple one, you're putting it around your chest, so move it up a little bit, Jose. There you go, and you're going to be in your stance. There's a certain way that I want the guy in back to hold it. It's basically just like Johnny has it. So Johnny, why don't you take your hand out and then show him how you did that again? So you come under, then you grab both over, and then now you're going to reinforce with your other hand. So the other hand comes on top, just like that, Johnny. There you go. That makes it for a good solid lock. It ain't going anywhere. Johnny's going to resist, but not 100%, so that, you know, Jose has a hard time, but he's not, you know, he's going somewhere. He can still move forward. So go ahead and do a couple shots, Jose. The key here is to power through the last part of the shot. When the resistance gets the toughest, you really got to drive through. Okay, come on back, Jose. So the goal is to keep the same speed all the way through the shot. Don't slow down when the resistance gets heaviest. He's got to keep driving through, power through. Okay, so that's the bungee shot. Okay, the next one is what's called a head flip. Head flip is the same concept as a forward roll kip. You're doing a forward roll and a kip. The only difference is that in the forward roll kip, you forward roll all the way through to your shoulders and then you kip. And a head flip, I'm just putting my head down and I'm kipping right away. Okay? So here's what a head flip is. Just like that. One more time. So let me do a forward roll kip so you can see the difference. Okay? So a forward roll kip and a head flip. Two different things. Okay, next is wheelbarrows. So you probably know what these are. One guy's going to kick his feet up, other guy's going to hold it. The key here is for the guy on the mat to pinch his legs together. So he's pinching, Jose is pinching Johnny's hips, and he is a flat plank. His butt's not up, he's not sagging. Jose, why don't you sag a little bit? So make an arch in your back. No, like put your hands up. Just make an arch in your back like you're being lazy. There we go. He's not sagging. He doesn't have his butt up in the air. Go ahead and put your butt up in the air the other way. He is an even plank. Okay, and it really helps if you pinch those legs together on your partner's hips. So you're going to keep that way when you're walking. You're not going to, you know, teeter-totter your hips, because that makes for less core work. So go ahead and go across the mat, keeping the hips straight, just like a plank of wood. Goes all the way across and then comes back. And then when he gets to the edge of the mat, Johnny's going to flip his legs and he's going to do a forward roll. He's going to forward roll out of it. There we go. So that would be a wheelbarrow. Next we got a handstand walk. We can do handstand walks of course across the mat, but what we usually do is we just do them on the wall. So Johnny, go ahead and why don't you do it. He's going to put his feet in a push-up position right on the bottom of the little mat there, and he's going to be straight in a plank, and he's going to walk his feet all the way up. His chest is going to touch the wall, and then he is going to walk all the way back down to the regular original position, keeping his feet and hips straight, body like a plank, a little bit further down so it touches. There you go. That's one, and then he comes back up and he does another one. Go ahead and do another one. Just try to keep your body straight the whole time, and go ahead and come back down. Keep your body straight. Keep your body straight. Tight plank. Tight plank. Tight plank.
Slipping.
Well, that's why you wear wrestling shoes. Okay. So that's a handstand walk on the wall, and then last but not least, for the warm up, you got jump ups from your knee. Jose, why don't you demonstrate this one? You're going to be on your knees. You're going to swing your arms, pop your hips, come up to your feet, take a step forward, and back down. Key here is you actually jump from your knees to your feet. Jump and then stand all the way up, then step forward. One thing I don't want you to do, Jose, turn around, is I don't want you just to stand up from your knees. So stand up without jumping. Just bring your, either that or just rock back on your heels. You don't do that either, so just rock back. Yeah. So he didn't even leave the ground. He actually jumps from his knees. Go ahead and do it right one more time. Big swing, jump, and then stands all the way up. Last thing I don't want you to do is this time, Jose, jump, but then when you get to your feet, just sit right back down without standing all the way up. So that's wrong. That's wrong too. You stand all the way up. So stand all the way up, Jose, and then take a step forward and back down. Okay, so those are the ones that we do in the warm-up that you might not know. Everything else you should know. Just for review, it's forward roll, kip, bungee shots, head flips, wheelbarrows, hand walks, and then jump ups from the knees. Everything else on the list you should be familiar with.